Hello firearms friends, Joel Colander again here to talk to you about guns in the June 21st, 22nd, 23rd Sporting and Collector Firearms Auction. Theme of the day is the Old West. A lot of Old West collectors out there. Winchesters and Colts, still some of our blue chips. Here's 5 guns on the table that either, if you're starting to collect guns of the Old West or the Frontier, you need in your collection, or if you've already got a pretty good one or you got the basics, boy, the next level up is on this table. And I'm just gonna start with kind of one of the hottest commodities, and that is a Winchester 92, but this is a trapper carbine, and they call them trapper carbines because you have these ultra short barrels. This is a 16-inch barrel. There are shorter inch barrels, 14, I believe, down to 12. Those require ATF exemption letters because they are curio and relics, they're collectibles. But the 16-inch letter does not require an ATF exemption letter, so yay. It's in 44 Winchester center fire. These were not actually offered in the Winchester catalog. These were never cataloged, and then they were discontinued, I believe, in 1933. So they're kind of rare. The short barrels make them very, very unique. You can see it's set up in a saddle ring carbine configuration with the barrel bands and no fore-end cap. But trappers can sell at our auctions. In fact, I think a 92 sold for right around $23,000, $24,000. So if you want a rare and really desirable Winchester, but doesn't break the bank, boy, but you have some bragging rights in your collection, a 92 Trapper is a heck of a way to up the ante in your Winchester or your Frontier Old West collection. Next, so we're kind of towards the end of the lever action era, but moving right along, a Winchester 1895, and you think, well, 1895 isn't really part of the Old West anymore, and I tell you, you're wrong. Because if an 1895 is good enough for Teddy Roosevelt and the 95s we had in the last auction, General Nelson Miles, Hegeman, Zane Grey, I mean, you have giants of the era that owned Winchester 95. So Winchester 95, if you're collecting that era, needs to be on your list. It is the pinnacle of the Winchester lever actions. It's of course the last of the Winchester lever actions. And this isn't just any Winchester 95. You might notice it looks a little different. That's because this is a Winchester flat side 95. Only the very earliest production Winchester 95s have this flat side. So these are pretty darn rare when it comes to Winchester rifles. This one looks great. I love the wood. It's got marks on it. It's honest wear, nothing bad. And of course, you know, what do you expect a lot of Winchester 95s to be chambered in 30-06, but when you're made in 1896, you can't exactly do that. So this one is still in 3040 Army or 3040 Krag, however you want it, but they do stamp it 30 US on the top of the barrel. So, wow, what a great Winchester 95. And again, flat sides are hard to find. Those are for advanced collections. If you're up in the ante, flat side's a way to do it. Next is just a classic. How are you gonna talk about Frontier weapons without literally the gun that won the West? And it's a Winchester 1873. This is an antique. I should mention, so far, and the 95 is, of course, an antique as well. This 73 is an antique saddle ring carbine, chambered in 38, and it's just a classic. Of course, the saddle ring carbine, again with the barrel bands, as opposed to the longer barrel of the 73 rifle and the fore-end cap. So if you're looking to just quick identify those and you're not real familiar with them yet, that's an easy way to do it. And of course, saddle ring carbine, because of our saddle ring here on the back. Standard configuration, good caliber, clean, honest wear. That's a fine addition if you're looking to start off on an Old West collection. You gotta start out with the greats. The next one is just plain cool. Now, of course, Sharps rifles predate the US Civil War, so they have fame before that. They have fame in the Civil War. Berdan sharpshooters are using the model 1859. After the Civil War, very much used in the great buffalo hunts of the 1870s. And so here we have a fantastic Sharps. Oh, big heavy barrel on it. It's got the look. It's got wear to it. This looks great. And it's easier for me to say that instead of just gushing over wear, because I know that this gun was shipped in 1879 to May 17th, 1879, to a retailer in Dodge City, the wickedest little town in America, as they say. Of course, it had buffalo hunting in the years before. It was one of the biggest buffalo towns in America. And in 1879, who else is in Dodge City but the most iconic names of the American West? Wyatt Earp, Virgil Earp, Doc Holliday, some say Big Nose Kate, Bat Masterson are all there when this gun is shipped to Dodge City. Of course, they all leave the next year. So it's this brief moment in time where this rifle's there after the big buffalo hunting area. Of course, it's still a good buffalo town, but most of the money had gone to cattle at that point. But it's living in the same town as legends of the American West. You don't have to imagine if a gun was there, or because this one was. And it's a really, really fascinating Sharps. So we have this great been there, done that Sharps model 1874 with this big heavy barrel. It was in the wickedest little city of America at exactly the right time. Last but not least, we've got a Colt, because Winchesters and Colts, you're not going to talk about the West one without the other. And here I think what we have is prettiest gun on the table. This is an antique, of course, a Colt Single Action Army. We're in 4440, and it is beautiful. This is silver plated. This is engraved. We have pearl grips, carved steerhead pearl grips. Just a specimen. So if you want your collection to, some people prefer the honest wear, some people prefer a little high condition or a little bit of glam in their case, something that sparkles a little bit when you walk past it. Boy, a Colt Single Action Army that looks like that fits the bill in every sense of the word. So those are 5 guns, Frontier guns in our June Sporting Collector Firearms Auction. And whether you're looking to gussy up an existing Wild West collection or start a new one, everyone's a hit. Till the next list, firearms friends, keep your powder dry.